made from 2 strips of clear tape is holding a white pad and some kind of brace on the bridge of her nose. 2 butterfly bandages almost cover a small cut on her right cheek. And at the hairline above her left eyebrow, there's a purple lump the size of a golf ball. I look at her on the paper pillowcase, and among the brown, I see some gray ones. I never noticed that before. Her hands lie open on the pale blue blanket, palms up, fingers slightly curled. She has bruises on both arms. I feel as if I've been punched in the stomach. Can you guys picture that in your head? What she looks like? Isn't that good descriptive writing, all that? You can see that movie playing. I put my hand lightly on her shoulder. Mom, it's me. She stiffens and sucks in a quick breath. Her hands clench and her eyes jerk open, terrified. I pat her shoulder. Mom, it's all right. It's me, Bobby. I'm here. I came to see you. She reaches for the hand on her shoulder and I give it to her. Her head turns toward me and I can see her eyes now. The pupils are wide and dark, scanning. Bobby, how? Her voice is cracking. I reach for a plastic cup on the bedstand beside her purse. Here, have some water, Mom. She lets go of my hand, drains the cup, gives it back, and then holds her hand up until I take it again. I hear voices in the hall, but they pass the door and fade away. She's whispering, how did you get here? I've been going crazy with worry. Have they told you about your dad? The doctor called me at home, and I just bundled up and took a cab. They didn't want to let me come see you, but I ditched my clothes downstairs and came up anyway. So, did you see Dad's arm? She nods, and it hurts her to move. His left arm was a mess, but the doctor says it looks worse than it is. Her eyes fill with tears. But what I'm most worried about is you. Bobby, we didn't mean to leave you alone. I mean, we did, but it wasn't like we were ignoring you or forgetting about you. I squeeze her hand. I know, Mom, I know. Her eyes keep trying to see me. This happening to you, Bobby, it was a shock for us, just like it was for you. No warning, the door swings wide and 3 people walk in, led by a short woman in a white coat who's finishing a sentence. That's the greatest concern at this point. Mrs. Phillips, good, I'm glad you're keeping yourself awake. All bright and cheery. I drop to my knees and scoot under the bed. From what I can see, it's two women and a man. I know the talker's voice. It's the lady who called me at home, Dr. Fleming. Mom says, has there been any word about my husband? I can hear the strain in Mom's voice. She's worried these people are going to bump into me. The lady doctor has a kind voice. I knew you'd want to know about Mr. Phillips, so I had one of my interns call downstairs and check. Dr. Porter? The man is standing near the foot of the bed. He's wearing brown shoes. It would be so easy to tie those laces together. He shifts his weight and clears his throat. Well, the operating room nurse said that the surgeon was very happy with the way things went. Apparently, the force of the impact from the left caused a compound fracture, which means that the bone fragments... Yes, that's fine, Dr. Porter. Dr. Fleming cuts him off. All we need to know is that things went very well, and that her husband is going to be right as rain before we know it. I think you can rest now, Mrs. Phillips. If your head starts hurting again, ring the nurse and someone will come right away. In the morning, we'll take another look at your nose. Now, don't worry about a thing. There's nothing to be afraid of. Is there anything else we can get for you? A pause. Then Mom says, what we talked about earlier, about my son, Bobby? Well, I've heard from him, and his Aunt Ethel is going to be able to take care of him until I can go home. You've heard from him? Dr. Fleming is annoyed. I told everyone that you were not to be disturbed. Who brought you this message? Mom pauses again, but I'm probably the only one who notices it. No one brought a message. He called me himself. My cell phone is there in my purse. Ah, yes. Now the doctor's voice is smiling. The cell phone. It's possible to be out of touch these days. It's impossible to be out of touch these days, isn't it? Well, I'm glad that's settled. Your son was a little shook up when I called with the news, but he snapped right out of it. Sounded like a great kid. He's a wonderful boy, and thank you for calling him. You're very welcome. You've got enough to think about without worrying about your son. Now, you get a good rest, Mrs. Phillips, and I'll see you tomorrow. Like a drill team, 3 pairs of feet turn and march out the door. I'm glad to stand up because the way I had scrunched up my legs under there was starting to make my toe hurt. I say, very smooth, Mom, about Aunt Ethel. Mom grins and then grimaces from the pain. It seemed like an easy way to get that issue settled, and I really do have my cell phone, so there's no excuse for you not keeping in touch with me. All the time her eyes are searching the air for me. Her eyes get watery again, and she says, I can't get used to this. I hate not seeing your face. I haven't seen Mom all soft and weepy like this since my first trumpet recital back in Texas. She loves music. We both do. Dad listens and enjoys the sound waves, but Mom really hears the music. She waves her hand around, a motion that includes the room, the hospital, the whole day. It's like a bad dream, all of this. I nod in agreement, even though she can't see me. Tell me about it. Do you know where Dad is? I should go see him too. Mom shakes her head. He's in no shape for company. Bobby, but probably won't even really be awake until tomorrow sometime. Then it's like somebody flipped a switch and the old mom is back giving orders. Hand me my purse. She opens it and digs out her billfold. She finds 3 $20 bills and holds them up for me. This is all I have with me, but it should be enough until I get home. I don't think they'll keep me here long. Also, there's plenty of food in the pantry because we just got a delivery on Saturday. Saturday. 3 days ago. A million years ago. There should be a line of cabs down in the circle by the front entrance. Choose the nicest taxi, Bobby, one of those big ones, and go right home and be sure to set the alarm the minute you're there, all right? While she talks, I'm rolling the bills into a typed cylinder, and Mom's watching me. I close my hand around the cash and it disappears, ready to be carried away. I open my fingers and the money roll appears. Mom's eyes follow the floating dollars as she keeps talking. I hate you being home by yourself. There's nothing we can do about it. And tomorrow I'll have your dad call you if he can. And you can call me if there's any problem, or if you just want to talk, okay? Yep, I'll be fine. I don't sound very sure about that, and I don't want her to worry, so right away I say, but like Dad